What's up, guys? We'll be going over the most requested topic of risk management, especially in crypto. You guys have some sort of a misconception that I will use 100x leverage, so my risk is going to be high. How much percentage of portfolio should I risk, and so on. I will clear every thought, and at the end of this video, you will be able to know that even if you use 100x or 200x leverage, it won't really matter. So I have this notepad here, and we are taking example of a $5,000 portfolio, and let's say you assume that you want to risk 5%. So your 5% is going to be 250. Now you agree that you want to risk $250 on a stop loss, that let's say in this example we have this BTC short, and if it gets to my stop loss, so I am willing to lose 250 on this, right? That is what I know, that is my risk. So that is basically going to be 5% of my $5,000 account. Now the main misconception, if I were to use 100x leverage, it will increase my risk. But if I explain you this, that if you use a margin of 250 into 1x leverage, your margin size is going to be 250. Now this is just example. Right now your SL size is, let's say, 1%. Now if you use $25,000, right? If your position size is $25,000, your 1% is going to be 250, right? So this tells me that my margin can be 25,000 and my risk is going to be 1% of that, that is going to be 250. Now if I have 1% stop loss, I use a $25,000 position size, which will end up me losing 250. Now let's say my stop loss is bigger, my stop loss is can be whatever percentage, doesn't really matter. Now if you use $2.5 margin with 100x leverage, your size can be 250, right? But what you really need to know is how much is your 1 hour risk worth. That is 250 in this example, and this is your risk here. Now go to your TradingView and go to this section, projection, and you will find the long and short position tool. Now in this case, I'm willing to short BTC at 58,320 with my stop loss being at 59,282. What I will do is open this tab, enter my account size. Now it can be 500, it can be 10,000, it can be 50,000, it can be 200,000. All depends on your account size. Now just simply apply that, and here's the option if you want to have your risk, your 1 hour. In our example, we are doing 1 hour equals to 250 USDT. Now either I go in my percentage. Now your 1 hour can be 5%, your 1 hour can be 10%, your 1 hour can be 0.5%, depending on you. That is your job to identify what your risk is and what you can afford to lose. Now in our example, we are going 250. So if I even use a 5% of 5,000, that is 250, or you have a certain amount, you can just type that. Account size, type this risk, and your entry price. In this case, we have a short position here, 58,320, my profit level, my stop level. Now here you will have quantity as 0.26. For you it will be something like this, Q, T and Y. Quantity, that is going to be 0.26 BTC, which basically means that in this move, if price goes from my entry price to my stop, that is around 1.67%, I will be shorting 0.26 Bitcoin, right? My position size is 0.26 BTC. Now what is the price of BTC I am willing to short? 58,320. Now this shows me that 15,163 is going to be my position size. Now it could be 0.26 BTC or 15,600 to give a round number. This is my position size. Now I can either go with maybe 3x leverage and use my $5,000, and if I lose this position, what is going to be my loss? 250. Right? Now if I use maybe 100x with $156 margin, what I'm going to lose at the end if my price goes to a stop? That is going to be minus 250 USD. Again, does it make sense to you that leverage doesn't really matter? My position size is 0.26 BTC. Leverage is just a tool to have a free margin with you, have a certain margin. Now what are you going to do? Simply go on your exchange, go on your broker, write 0.26 BTC in quantity. You can use the max leverage, you can use 50x, you can use 10x, whatever you want depending on other positions open on your account. Leverage will basically free up your margin. Now in this case, if I want to risk 250 on this trade in this short, I have to open a position size worth 15,600, but my portfolio is 5,000. I can't really open that position. Leverage will come into a play, and I minimum need 3x leverage that will use my $5,000 and will result in giving me minus 250. Similarly, I can just use 100x with $156 margin, and it will only consume $156 from my account to open this position. And again, I'm talking about cross only. I do not know about why you guys force using the isolated margins, but in cross, my risk remains $250 in this example. Now my position size is 156. If you use isolated, what will happen? Price will go to minus 156 loss and it will liquidate you. In cross, you can go beyond 156, you can go till 5,000 even if you do not use a stop loss. Of course, that is wrong. But the main point here is you can literally use $156 to open a position worth 15,600, which will end up losing you minus 250, which remains your risk. In this case, in my short position, I am risking 250 USD. My quantity is 0.26.